What's good? Hello. I'm in the live chat. Let's get into it. What do y'all want to talk about? I'm in LA. I did the Grammys on Sunday, and I'm in a hotel. That's why it looks like this here. What's up, Jersey Quinn? What's up, Old Musical Soul 89? What's going on? How y'all feeling? What's been up? Exactly. Yes. It is new hair time. It is new hair time. I uh went to Chicago and I had to shoot barbershop. Thank you so much, Old Musical Soul 89. I went to Chicago and I had to shoot that barbershop show, and I had to cut my hair for it for reasons that will be revealed when the show comes out. But my hair felt boring. My hair felt boring. I felt boring having a low cut, and I was like, I gotta add some flavor to it. I gotta put some spice in the situation. So that's how we landed here. That's how we got here. Yeah. Also, just been around. I've just been going around Los Angeles, going Debbie the Ramavoto. I'm kind of addicted to doing that. Thank you, thank you. You know they've always said gingers are black, and I feel like I'm here to prove that. Day in day out. I feel like that's what I'm here to prove to the people. Dev, the Holmes episode was so good. Need her back or Mary Beth? I see. Okay, let me see what I could do. Let me see what I could do. What's up, Internet Carson? Shout out to you. You know, I feel like we see each other, but yeah, I mean, Holmes, it'll be a minute, but Mary Beth, I feel like we're just about due. I feel like sometime this year we'll get Mary Beth to pull back up. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm Ginger. I'm Ginger. I'm Ginger, and I got a low cut. What was the conversation? No, don't make a Frank Ocean joke. Stop. Also, what was the hair conversation that was happening around me in the chat? I saw somebody had some kind of question about my hair. What was what was up? Okay, now everybody want to be shy. Now everybody want to be secretive. What's up? What's up, Sadie? What's up, Sadie? Appreciate you seeing me at the Grammys. I was at the Grammys. It was a cool time. Somebody said, okay, it's clear Devin does not like his recent haircut. Oh yeah, I was thinking about that last episode. Why is it clear that I don't like my haircut? I mean, I guess I'm not saying that that's not true, but I am curious about why you know that. I'm curious about like how did I make that clear? I guess I'm just curious about what did I do to make that truth known? And I don't know. I'm not sure, but you're right. I did not love my haircut. That's true. That's very true. Mm, from the Fern Bank. Wait, did y'all go to that? I don't know how many people watch the show who are from Atlanta, but I had never heard of that in my life. And I love shit like that you think is universal, that you're like, oh yeah, everybody knows about blank. Every person has this, and then you talk to one person who's not where you're from, or who's not from where you're from, and you're like, oh, okay, no. So that was just in my town specifically. All right, I got you. What do people say when they get on live? People get on live and they'll be like, all right, just gonna wait to get the chat started. Just gonna let the chat run up for a second. I feel like this is that portion of the time. Um, how do we feel about the Grammys? Like, which part about it specifically, Tobias? Which part about the Grammys do you want to know about? My experience was chill. They had me doing the Grammy pre-show, the countdown to the Grammys, which was cool because it was like we got time to kind of practice some things, which I appreciated. And I kind of got to like know what takes I wanted to go in with and stuff like that. And they pre-taped it, but the Grammy post show, frightening. Grammy post show was really like, yeah, Grammy post show was really like, it was all completely live. And at one point we got on and like right before we went on camera, literally a guy goes, yeah, it was scary. It was scary just because it was fully live. And also it was because we were reacting to the show immediately after it. So I didn't really have time to like put together any thoughts. And also right before we went live, a guy got on, or like one of the producers like leaned into us and he was like, yeah, so we're not going to have time to do more than one commercial break. So y'all going to need to just kind of riff for 36 minutes. I don't know if y'all have ever tried to riff for 36 minutes, but it's too much time. It's long. It's very long. Somebody said I dyed the littlest amount of hair that I could have. Well, yeah, I feel like you got to dye it when it's low. I feel like you got to dye it when it's short. I feel like if you dyeing it when it's long, then you look like you at like an anime convention, and that's just not my journey personally. That's just not something that I can really subscribe to personally. So, yeah, that's my situation. But yeah, the Grammys was cool. The Grammys was cool. My favorite performance of the night. I mean, I feel like you worked in a science museum. All right, shout out to the science museum. What science museum did you work in? I'd like to know. What was my favorite performance of the night? I feel like anytime Lauryn Hill performs, it's always my favorite. That was the one I was looking forward to the most. The whole medley, the like D'Angelo medley, I thought was really hard. Yeah, like that was beautiful. I like seeing legends, and I like seeing legends when they still got it. Sometimes legends you see them and you're like, oh, you're a little past it, but it was cool seeing somebody who, still really got it and still like commands the stage like that. That's my second time seeing her live. And yeah, she was incredible. Yeah, that was awesome. Also, like the more and more I see Lola Young, the more and more I like her. I really fuck with her. She's got a really cool voice, and she seems like real and honest, which I feel like is not always the case with people who are in the public eye. So like I have a big appreciation for Lola Young. I feel like the more and more I see her, the more and more I'm just like picking up what she's putting down. She's from South London. The funniest moment of the night. Oh yeah, Mutt was sick. That was cool to see. Leon Thomas, I bumped into him at the hotel. Yeah, and I've been getting into him. He has a song called Used To. He has a song called Used To with Baby Rose that I'm really fucking with heavy right now. Yeah, the funniest moment of the night was probably Cher. It's probably when they had Cher. They gave her like a lifetime achievement award of some sort. I forget what it was called. I forget what her thing was called, but like whatever award she got, they gave her the award and then had her present another award, which is a thing I've never seen before in my whole life. So that was already funny in and of itself. They like do a whole Cher thing. They did a whole Cher thing. They're like Cher's, generational artist award or like whatever she got. And then then they made her present the award for like song of the year, record of the year, something like that. And Kendrick and SZA won. And the song's just called Luther, but instead of saying Luther, she got on and said Luther Grandross. And we knew what she was talking about, but it really was like, that really made me laugh because it felt like she was giving the award to the man who is no longer with us, unfortunately. Yeah, Cher was feeling herself. All shout out to the legends. Shout out to the legends. Shout out to Cher. But her saying Luther Vandross and saying his name kind of weird and just saying his whole name, that really, really made me laugh. Yes, I mean, look, I'm not here to shit on Miss Cher, but I'm not gonna disrespect the legends, but it really made me laugh. Said Luther Vandross and Kendrick says they knew what it was. They knew it was up, but I was like, come on, Cher. But that's what we get for making the legends do two things. It should have just been like, oh, come on, come on, accept your award, and then they should have brought out, fucking Kai Cenat or whatever to present the next award or whoever. Can I say anything on the Trevor Noah Polymarket clip? I don't know anything about that. I've been turning off social media on my phone, so I'm more and more out the mix than ever before. I'm more and more like I'm out the way. So no, I don't know what happened. SZA tried her hardest to make it right. What did SZA say? No, I didn't see what SZA said. Hold on. Now I gotta look it up. I gotta know what SZA said. Oh, I see. Well, this is nice. I like this. I like this. Yeah, it seems like. Yeah, okay. Yeah, SZA was basically just like she's like she probably knew Luther in real life, and so that's what she was connected to in that moment, and that's why she said that. I appreciate that. What kind of snacks and food did they serve this year, brother? They have me in the snack area. I wasn't in the snack wherever the snack center was at. That's not where they had me. They said, "Hey, do your work and then go to the side." They was not serving me with the good Grammy snacks. I was not so fortunate, unfortunately. Any songs that I think should have had a nomination? I don't know. I don't know specifically, but like, I don't know. The Grammys is really there to celebrate like a lot of the biggest projects of the year. And I don't know. My favorite joints are rarely the biggest joints. So I don't know. Probably if I looked at my phone, I bet you I could tell you, but I don't think y'all want to watch me be on my phone. I think Vince Staples should have a Grammy nomination. I'll say that. I feel like he puts a lot of thought and effort into his stuff, and I feel like he hasn't been recognized, and I think that's wrong. I think that's fucked up. You would have expected charcuterie. I think some people did get charcuterie. Like I think charcuterie was an option for certain folks, but unfortunately, I don't think I was in the charcuterie tax bracket. Not this year. Not this year. I wasn't there. It's tough. That's somebody said, "What's the vibe like on the carpet?" It's like there's like a fun energy to it. I mean, I was there like hours before it started, so it was like, it was still like bubbling up, but it's nice. It's nice. I think like you can feel the people getting excited for like a thing getting ready to happen. Nah, Brian, get no mystery bag of treats. I didn't get nothing like that. I didn't get. Yeah, they didn't give me access to that. And maybe I don't know. I don't know who I need to talk to about that, but I gotta make it right. If y'all know somebody who works at the Grammys, let them know if I'm back. I'm gonna need at least some Cheez-Its, some chips. I'm sure they were somewhere, but that just wasn't. I wasn't in the snack section, like whatever that might be. Do stand-ups care about comedy album of the year? I mean, I think if they win, but also I think just like a lot of the rest of the awards, I think the people who are getting nominated for album of the year are the most famous and successful comedians in the game. And so I think as comics, we're not. Also, comedians are haters. Just first and foremost, I think comedians are like haters by nature. So I don't think any comics are like waiting with bated breath to see who wins album of the year, because it's never somebody who like needs it. I would love if they had like a best new comedian award, like best like emerging comedic album or something like that. That shit would be interesting, but it's always like I forget who even like Nate Bargatze won. Nate Bargatze does like basketball arenas. So it's like that don't really move me. That don't mean anything to me. My favorite lyric of the night? That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I know it. I had some favorite performances. I feel like I fucked with, like I said, I fucked with what Lola Young was doing. It was cool to see Olivia Dean. But at the Grammys, I feel like nobody's really doing really silly lyrics. And that's what I gravitate towards the most. I mean, I don't know how many of y'all watched the thing I did on E, but I do feel like I just love the fact that Pusha T said his yellow diamonds look like pee. He's like a 48-year-old man. He's not in the right bracket to be saying pee, just like age-wise. I feel like a lot of the noms and winners were late 2024 releases. Do we think 2025 was a dud year for music like people were saying? No, I don't think. I mean, no, I don't. I don't think so. I think there was a lot of cool projects. I guess Chromacopia was 2024. Like God Sort 'Em Out was a 2025 album. Who else? Bieber. I forget exactly when he released his. I like the Bieber performance a lot. I fucked with the Bieber performance. I did like Tyler's. I mean, like I said, I think Tyler just puts so much like work into what he makes in a way that I think is really fly. It's really fly. I have a real appreciation for it. So yeah, I fuck with what Tyler was doing, and also like transitioning between like the two albums that he put out in the last like year plus. I thought was really cool. Getting Regina King to pull up, like I got a lot of respect for what he does. I respect anybody who like puts that much like care into what they make. So yeah, shout out to him. And he did like he got to go on the Grammys and do a pussy eating anthem. Not that many people really, not that many people got that in the tuck. Not that many people got it. Um, Unfortunately, y'all, I got to get off of here in a few. I got to run around, so I got a little bit more time. But let me know if y'all got any. I could take a couple more questions or a couple more things y'all want to talk about. 2026 year of the eater confirmed, bro. It's eating season, bro. Get your bib out. I wonder how Cardi got Kendrick to do them ad libs on Mojo Jojo. I mean, Cardi a legend. Cardi a legend. Cardi feels like it feels like he could do anything. It feels like, yeah, he's ever since he started being a vampire, it's felt like the options, the possibilities are unlimited. Um how tall is Mandel for real? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that to my brother. I feel bad for even getting that. My bad, Mandel. Mandel, if you're watching and we know you are, like, that's on me, dog. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have put you in that position. Um, do I get starstruck? Not really. Not really. I mean, I think from working at SNL, I feel like I've been around all of the most famous people, and I don't know. I don't really. If anything, the only thing that like really gets me starstruck is when I see people who are famous when I was a kid. Like any of those folks, I feel like are kind of crazy because I don't know, you just don't expect to come around them. But anybody who's like become famous in the last like, I don't know, 5-10 years, like that don't really do anything to me. Has anyone called him with MF Doom lyrics? I'm not sure, but you should. You should. Old musical. He a legend. He a legend. But anyway, y'all, I got to get ready to hop off. But tune in. I'll probably be here next week and the next week and the next week. Tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We're gonna keep popping up. And yeah. And we it's so much funnier in the live. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all. Was I a Bad Bunny fan? I've been a casual Bad Bunny fan for forever, or not for forever, just like for years. I'm not like the biggest, deepest fan. I don't speak Spanish, so there's like a barrier there. But I do think his songs are incredible, and he's somebody who puts a lot of care into it too. But anyway, I gotta get out of here. If y'all don't subscribe already, hit the YouTube. Go ahead and tap that button. We trying to get them digits up. But yeah, lay y'all. I will see y'all next week. Hop in the chat. We're gonna be in this chat. We're gonna go live. We're gonna do the the actual chat when the episode goes live, and let's have a good time. Bye y'all. See ya.